Me today. I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about your son.
For sure. My son is Isaac. He's 10 years old. He goes to grade 4 at school. He he loves reading, he loves music, he loves animal, and he loves grandpa.
Oh,
My
big
father.
fan.
Yes.
That's awesome. And some people won't know this about Isaac, but he has a dual diagnosis of Down syndrome and autism. What's it like to have a son with a dual diagnosis?
um I asked this question to my girl
Yeah.
just um, a few weeks ago, and she told me I feel lucky. Lucky because I feel like no every person is like that, and I love having a brother that is different.
Yes.
So I feel the same way as she does. I feel like it can be challenging when it comes to time management because therapists take time, and taking him to his extra school activities take time,
Yeah.
and especially when you have more children, you have to make time for everyone.
Yeah.
And so that would be the challenging part, but other than that, Isaac is just like any other child. I feel like it's just like another characteristic of another child that you have. Like, I can tell you, I it's more challenging my typical son than Isaac with the dual diagnosis. So when I say challenging, just it's different than what you would have expected to have only Down syndrome, but it doesn't mean that it's bad.
Hmm.
It's just it means that he may need more support
Yeah.
or a different kind of support.
Yes. And does Isaac receive different support or more support since you got his diagnosis?
Yes, totally.
Awesome.
Yes. We are very thankful for the diagnosis because um, we get funding from the government, and that means that a lot of doors are opened for him. So, thanks to that diagnosis, literally, I need to say thank you to that. We have weekly OT, SLP. We have had behavior consultations as well.
Mm-hmm.
We've had physical therapy as well.
Awesome.
Having Isaac, I did not know at all about um, Down syndrome and like the differences of behaviors between a child with autism and Down syndrome, or just Down syndrome.
Yeah.
So when he started growing, and I'm talking about when he was 1, I started to see things.
Yeah.
And I thought it's Down syndrome, right? Like I did hear about Down syndrome before, but not that specific. So it's until actually I came to the DSRF that I started to meet more children with Down syndrome, that I started to see differences.
Mm.
And I just started to see the behaviors that to me were very autistic,
Yeah.
that other children with Down syndrome would not have. And that's when I saw really differences where Isaac would be over overstimulated, or with a lot of sensory information overwhelming him. I could see other families just with their children happily. So I saw there's a difference. My son is not a typical child with Down syndrome who's
Mm.
happy all the time, as they say, which I know is not true, but but he was definitely more stressed than other children.
Yeah.
So I spoke to back then my SLP and to my doctor, and they listened to me, and they encouraged me to go for a diagnosis, and they agreed with me, and that's how I started the process.
What was your experience going through like the diagnostics and hearing the diagnosis for the first time? What were your kind of feelings going through that process?
My feelings were I was really hoping I would get the diagnosis.
Yeah.
I've met a few parents who are afraid of having an extra diagnosis other than Down syndrome. I was different because I was hoping I would get it because I knew that regardless of a label and regardless of a paper in a doctor's office, it was just Isaac and my son, and it was not going to change anything, not more stress or anything, but just more support. That meant I was going to have more money
Yeah.
to pay for the support that he needs, and I was very hopeful.
So, what, if anything, do you wish you could share with other parents who are maybe suspecting or have an autistic child?
Um, take heart. Um, go with what you're feeling, with what your God is telling you, because if you as a parent do not advocate for your child, nobody will. And um, move the feelings that you may be experiencing with, oh, no more work, or like, oh my, something else in my child. Don't think about what you're feeling, think about your child, because the only person who will be denied of the opportunity of more services and more support is your child. So put aside the feelings of what these label may socially mean, and then just go for it and fight for it. And if doctors tell you no, it's part of Down syndrome, or if you're the teachers at school tell you, don't take a no for an answer, and just go for it.